Oh, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex, and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today I am in something very quiet and something very interesting. So on Friday there was no video because Rockstar came up with a surprise update that broke all the mods, and so I thought I would treat you to something that isn't one of the cars from the latest update and actually show you a very cool new mod. And it's a cool new mod because it's a hybrid, law-friendly car for GTA 5. And when I say hybrid, I mean right now you can hear it's just an electric engine, but if I go fast, it kicks in an engine. I have never ever heard a car do that before. Maybe there was a car in the new update that I've not checked out yet that actually works in the same way as a hybrid. But this is the first time I've noticed a car that is electric when you're slow and then petrol when you're fast. That is so cool. I absolutely love that little detail. But this right here, as you can see, is the Volcar Hatura R, which is based on, I'm guessing Volvo's Polestar type of car. I am a big fan of the old Polestars, but it is just based on a modern coupe Volvo. And I absolutely love it. And there's actually a bunch of tuning parts for this, so we're going to go ahead and check all of that out. So let's just find somewhere to park over here. In fact, we're going to park over here. We've not parked in this little bit for a while. And let's check out this awesome car. And so here it is, the Volcar Hatura R. Very cool. I absolutely love the styling of this. I like modern Volvos. There aren't that many modern cars that I like, but modern Volvos, I like them. I mean, I don't know what they're exactly like to drive because I've only driven one sort of modern Volvo, but they do look cool, especially this. Especially, I'm assuming this is based on the Polestar, right? The Polestar 1, 2, maybe? I don't know. I actually don't know much about Polestars, although I've just seen pictures of them and they look cool. So if we just go to Menus Customs here, we actually have some stuff in Benny's that we're going to check out first. So we have some headlight covers. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. I don't know what that's going to go with. Maybe that will tie in with a livery or something later. We'll keep that stopped for now. We can always come back to this. We also have the sun strip, which is going to be right up here. Right there. And as you can see, actually, we've got this big, long, sweeping window roof here, which means that the sun strip doesn't really match. I kind of think that looks much better without. And actually, now that I've started to look at things, I think I'm definitely jumping ahead because we've missed out some stuff. So actually, let's just have a quick look at the interior here before we go around and change stuff. So we've got all this green stitching. This is actually tied to the secondary color because right now I've got red visualizing primary and green visualizing secondary, although I think I'm going to change those colors up quite soon because they clash and make some cars look a bit weird. But here's the interior right here. Let's just zoom out so you can get a better shot of it. There we go. We've also got some seats in the back for people who have very, very small legs. We also have the trunk that opens up on the back, just a nice basic trunk. I've also noticed this spoiler, which I guess pops up when we start moving fast. We'll look at that in a second. And we also have under the hood, we've got here this very shielded, I don't know what this is. It is a hybrid motor, but there's a lot of pipes coming into here. Well, if we look underneath it, we can see, yep, there's part of an engine there. Yeah, it's quite a nice, basic, but 3D modeled engine. Here we go. If we go fast, will the spoiler come up? No? Maybe it's not an automatic spoiler. Maybe it's just a thing that just sits there. Okay, back to the modding. So we don't really like the sun strip, so we'll skip that. On the dash, we have the racing interior. How's this going to change? Ooh. Okay, so this takes out all of the modern stereo and stuff, and presumably the cup holder and the electronic handbrake. It just moves all that off of carbon fiber. Then we just get like this old bit here. Lots of old tech. It actually makes this look quite old, but also quite cool at the same time, because who's not a fan of all switches and stuff like that in their cars? I thought it was going to do more for the seats. Maybe there's going to be more to that. Let's have a look. Seats, we also have racing seats. There we go. Again, they actually look quite cheap in this car. It does sort of cheapen the look a bit. I quite like the idea of maybe just keeping this stock, actually, because that is kind of weird. I think we might do that for the second build using all of that stuff. We also have the antenna on the roof. We don't really want that. We want to keep that nice and clean. On the trim, we have the racing setup. Oh! Oh, okay. So the racing setup gives us an exhaust right there. It also keeps those exhausts. Maybe we can hide those. But an exhaust right there. And then we've got like the locks for the boot lid. And then we've also got these locks here to take the bumper off quickly. And we've got a tow thing. And on the front, it basically just gets rid of that number plate. It adds that tow thing there. And then we also have clips here on the side for the bumpers. And the bonnet, I guess. Maybe that also counts as the wing lock as well. Interesting. So it just adds a bunch of that stuff. So I think there's definitely some high performance stuff that we can get for this. We also have some Euro plates with the Volcar on the left there. If you want to go for the old Euro plates. But to be honest, I like it with the American size plates. They are a nicer looking plate, I think. On the livery, we have 47 options. So I think we're going to have to try and get through these as quickly as possible. We have the Volcar Hatchu R. They're quite blurry. I don't know if that's me or the mod. No, my texture quality is on very high, so maybe that's just a low quality texture. But anyway, we do have the Volcar Hatchu R. We also have the street camo. This is not so jagged and pixelated this time. Then we also have the two-tone. There we go, back to normal, some high quality stuff. Not really a fan of that. The black one's not too bad though. But yeah, not really feeling that. But we seem to have some nice combinations here. We've also got the butterfly effect. Not a fan of that one at all. We have those in a few different combos. We have the classic stripes in white, black, and yellow. We have the tuna stripes along the side. We have the Hatchu promo, or the Hatchu. I keep saying Hatchu because of the streamer. Just ignore me. Available in your nearest Volcar dealership. So I guess this is obviously supposed to be some sort of promo thing that they put on at the dealership. Then we have the on the streets version, which I guess is like Need for Speed style. Then we have the cuts of the car. These are really weird. Are these based on something? I mean, they always apparently are. I'm always shocked to find out that these things are always based on some sort of thing, but maybe not based on something from one of these sort of cars, right? Then we also have the Midnight Hunter. These are some interesting liveries. The Flow Beauty. Okay, okay. It's also got a little waifu on there, for those of you that want a waifu. Then we've got the golden highlights. That's weird. Then we have the paintable highlights. Ah, okay, so it actually makes it black and then that is just the primary color. That's a cool idea. Then we have the flow water. We're only on 24 out of 47. I need to hurry this up. We got this one. Then we have these racing style ones here. Jakey's Lager, E-Cola. Oh my god, there are just so many. But I like the fact that we have so many liveries. That is always a plus for me because it just gives people more freedom when they modify them. That one's actually, I quite like this pattern. Although perhaps not on this car, but I do like that pattern. Then we have this one with lots of orange in there. We have the Ron. We have the VRD Thriftex in white and blue. 69 brand star, one of the golden accents, was it? Oh, golden highlights. Then we have the paintable version of that. The Endo, the Cell Tower. LS Rock Radio, Highwayman Mindmax, Making a Scene, Snap-Matic Car, and Space Funk Radio 22. There is a lot of liveries to get through there. We could probably spend the whole video just like slowly going through each of those, but we don't really have the time. I'm going to keep that stock for now. Maybe we'll make a race car on the next one. On the spoiler, we have the stock, which is apparently just that. Then we have, oh, the small ducktail, which gets rid of that. Maybe that is supposed to work or works if you're going a lot faster than I was. But we do have this small ducktail, which I think blends in with the shape of this car perfectly. I love how that looks. We also have the large one, which is, I think, a bit too much for this sort of car. We also have the, good God, we have the touring wing, which is absolutely massive on this sort of car. And it's attached by, what? Oh, this little tiny bit in the middle there. That's something. And then we have the GT wing. Right there. I love that small ducktail. I think it suits the car perfectly. I'm going to go for that. On the front bumper, we have the stock, and then we have the one custom front bumper. I think this is definitely going to be something for the racing one that we're going to do next. I do like how that looks stock. I think this is going to be quite a simplified car, I think, by the time we've made this first build. We also have the carbon extensions. I like that. That's nice. And we've also got those on the side as well. And also on the back. I'm a big fan of those sort of just nice, subtle carbon extensions. So I'm going to go for that. On the exhaust, we have the big bore exhaust options. We actually don't have the option to get rid of those exhausts. for us to use that in the middle. Maybe we can hide those in extras later. But we do have those. I mean, the stock exhaust does match the car, but I kind of like the look of just going for that. Just makes it look a little bit like a tuner sort of car, but not. Then we also have the roll cage option. Of course, this is in secondary color, so it's going to be in green right now. Yeah, we'll go for that. I might make this into a sort of like not crazy looking, but fast version. Then we have the grille. Lots of options for the grille, actually. We've got the stock. We've got the primary, just sort of painted edge. We've got the carbon edge. We've got the chrome slat version with the painted and carbon. We have the fans. You can see that's actually got some fans there by the radiator. Then we have that in the painted and carbon. And then we have the chrome slats with fans right there. I don't really like the chrome slats. Seems we've gone for carbon. I quite like the look of just going for the fans with the carbon. That's like a nice performance look. Then on the bonnet, we have the performance bonnet, which just adds this tiny little thing here. This tiny little grille. I think we'll go for that. It does make it look like an up-spec model rather than something too crazy, although we might have to make these black so they blend in more. Then on the roof, we have the full painted roof. Oh, see, now the sun strip would match. Interesting. And I think, like, if I was to make this a racing version, we would do that because the windows and everything would actually add quite a lot of weight. So I think that, or the carbon version, that is perfect. Then engine, we'll upgrade this, we'll upgrade the brakes, we'll upgrade the transmission. What have we got on the suspension? That's a pretty decent drop, and it's actually got a little bit of camber being added there, as you can see. Which is natural. Obviously, if you'd expect, if you dropped a car that low, you would expect that sort of camber to happen. So, yeah, that works. But I actually don't want to have it that low for this one. Have it about there. On the paint, let's find something nice. I kind of like the idea of this being stealthy, so I think I might have to go for a dark color. Galaxy blue. That is a dark color that we've definitely not used before, and it's actually got a little bit of green in there, which I'm actually not a fan of. That dark blue is still quite nice as well. Although I do like the look of like the light colors with the carbon mix. I'll tell you what, this actually suits a huge array of colors, so that is one positive as well. You know what? I'm going to keep this stealthy. I'm going to go for midnight purple. That is solid. Well, I'm going to go for midnight purple because I want to make that nice and mean and stealth as well. On the extras, we have no extras. We'll add the turbo as well. So yeah, we can't actually hide those exhausts at the rear. And we've got the black plate already to add to the stealthiness, as I always pick with these cars. And also, let's just crank up the speed multiplier as well. Let's just make this proper fast. For the wheels, they do look quite nice, but I think we should go for something stealthy, dark, and tunery looking. I'm thinking, well, this in full painted, so we have no chrome. And then I just make it black, or maybe we'll get that same midnight purple for a full midnight purple look. Actually, mind you, with the greyness of the tyres, that's actually, no, let's just not go for that. Black. Black's fine. And there we are. So we have full electric on the start. Let's just get down here safely without breaking anything. No V-starts on this first build, as I actually wanted to make this a sort of actual fast car. Oh, this can be fast. Okay, right, here we go. I'm going to do a standing launch. Ooh. Oh, and then the engine kicks in, and away we go. Good God. Woo, that's fast. Yep, and I can't actually control it because it was going way too fast, but that is pretty solid. Now I'm pressing all sorts of wrong buttons, so I'm excited. Yeah, I like this. I like how it looks. I like it in this dark color. I like it with these wheels. I like it with this speed. I love the detail with the electric engine that kicks into the petrol engine. If that has existed in a car in GTA already, let me know, because I must have missed that one. But if this was added for this mod, fantastic work. That works perfectly. I love it. Right, do you know what? Even though I said this was going to be a stealth fast look, I kind of want to stance it. So let's just go somewhere and stance it. Okay, here we go. Gonna lower that down. Let's get some rear camber. Let's make this into some sort of like show car or something. There we go. Slam that down. And then on the front, we could definitely get some less front height. There we go. I actually quite like how that looks, with it tucked in on the front. And then sort of like tucked there at the back. Actually, we could probably go in one more on the back. Yeah, that's actually quite subtle. And it definitely does go through on the arches when we turn, so ignore that. Actually, It's kind of moved it down. That's not a good idea. There we go. Yeah, this is sort of like a static look with air ride or something like that. You probably wouldn't want to drive with it like this, but when it's sat, it does look pretty mean and very dark. I might have to brighten the video up so you can actually see this car. Wow, when that engine kicks in, this thing just boots it. Right, I'm going to make a race car version to finish this video, so let's go. Okay, and here it is, and I don't like it. I tell you what, now that I've built this, I really love this so much. I love the subtlety. It's not too out there. This is a very timeless look, I think. And so because of that, it then makes this sort of busy racing car just look a bit too busy and racing car. But I did try to go for a theme. I tried to go for a black and yellow theme. So I went for yellow on the roll bars. I went for yellow on the wheels. I went for yellow as the main paint. And then I went for this livery that added the black, which also added black to the light covers. I also went for the custom bumper, custom bonnet, custom tuning parts with all this sort of stuff going on here, and also for the painted roof as well, and also the carbon bits and the GT spoiler. Oh yeah, and also the interior is full. Oh, let's zoom out so you can get a better look on the interior. We have the full racing spec style in here and the racing seats as well, which I think it would have been cool if we'd have had the rear seats deleted for that, but never mind. Well, there we have it. There is the racing version, which I can't rev at the moment. I've got to sort of like move it forward, turn on the motor, and then once the motor's turned on, there we go. Now I could rev it up, park it up, and now, oh, it's turned the engine off. Okay, that's kind of annoying trying to rev this thing up. It doesn't always work. But there's our racing car anyhow. But do you know what? I absolutely love this thing. It also works in other colors, not just in midnight purple. There you go. Metallic black steel. It works. Doesn't matter what color you go for. Red looks beautiful on it. Okay, maybe hot pink is a bit much. Chocolate brown actually looks amazing with this car. Oh, I love that. That is, oh yeah, that is a winner right there. I want you guys to let me know what you think of this car. I think it looks amazing. These tuning parts look great. It would be nice to see this sort of car in GT Online. And if you're wondering about the GT Online cars, I will be featuring them. Do not worry. It's just that seems it's been out for like a month and I've kind of missed the boat on them. I'll sort of dot them in when I can. But I do want to check out a lot of other cool stuff as well, like this. But there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have got all the way to the end of this video, let's not crash. I crashed. Okay, that was terrible. But if you have got all the way to the end of this video, you can say belly up in the comment section below, just to let me know that you've watched the whole thing. But there we go. Hopefully we get back to normal on the videos now. We sort of had a missing video on Friday because, and also the thumbnail for Wednesday's video didn't really turn out as I expected because I went to go on to GTA 5 and turns out Rockstar had updated it and it had broken all the mods. And it's only just now started to work again. Also, shout out to Absolutely Halal who actually made me a new thumbnail for Wednesday's video. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out as well. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again on Wednesday. Goodbye.